Mattheo walked into the common room mid-sentence, already loosening his tie.
Baby, you will not believe what Barty just...
He stopped. You were curled up on the sofa with a tiny black kitten tucked against your chest, its paws kneading into your hoodie like it owned you. Mattheo stared at it. The kitten stared back, then it hissed. You immediately buried your face into the kitten's fur, shoulders shaking with laughter. Mattheo looked deeply offended.
Did your cat just threaten me?
He's nervous.
You defended softly.
That thing looks like it bites for fun.
As if on cue, the kitten pressed closer into you, glaring at him with tiny green eyes. Mattheo narrowed his own eyes back.
Right? So we're competing now.
You laughed harder when he cautiously sat beside you, holding out 2 fingers toward the kitten like he was negotiating a hostage situation. The kitten smacked his hand. 5 minutes later, the tiny traitor was asleep in his lap while Mattheo pretended not to look pleased about it.
You're both annoying.
He muttered quietly, one hand absent-mindedly scratching under the kitten's chin anyway. Draco stopped in the doorway the second he saw the small white ferret curled comfortably across your shoulders. The creature blinked at him lazily.
What is that?
You smiled far too innocently.
My new pet.
The ferret suddenly perked up at the sound of Draco's voice, tiny paws gripping your sleeve as it stared directly at him. A dangerous narrowing entered Draco's eyes.
Why is it looking at me like that?
You bit back a laugh.
Maybe because it thinks you're related.
Draco looked horrified.
Excuse me?
You laughed outright this time, reaching up to scratch beneath the ferret's chin.
Honestly, the resemblance is adorable.
Draco stepped closer, deeply unimpressed.
It looks smug.
As if accepting the challenge, the ferret suddenly launched itself from your shoulder straight onto Draco. He recoiled instantly.
Merlin's sake!
Tiny paws clung stubbornly to his sweater while it climbed higher like a conqueror claiming land. You were nearly crying with laughter now. 5 minutes later, Draco sat stiffly beside you, ferret curled in his lap, as he reluctantly offered tiny treats from his palm despite looking personally betrayed by life itself.
If either of you tell anyone about this,
He muttered darkly.
I'll deny it until I die.
Lorenzo barely made it through the door before something large crashed into him.
Whoa!
A golden retriever launched itself against his chest, tail wagging hard enough to start a natural disaster. Lorenzo stumbled backward, laughing as the dog immediately began licking his face like they'd survived war together. You looked up from the sofa, far too pleased with yourself.
Surprised?
Lorenzo stared at the dog, now sprawled across his lap.
Sweetheart,
He said breathlessly.
you bought me a best friend?
He's my dog.
The retriever ignored that entirely. You rolled your eyes as the dog dropped a slobbery tennis ball directly into Lorenzo's hands.
That's it.
Lorenzo declared solemnly.
We bonded now.
5 minutes later, the two of them were on the floor together while you watched your boyfriend praise the dog like a proud football coach.
Yes, good boy.
Lorenzo cheered as the retriever nearly knocked him over again. The dog barked excitedly. Lorenzo pointed at you triumphantly.
See, he understands me. We're basically family.
The betrayal on your face only made him laugh harder. Theo looked up from his book when he heard soft scratching against the dormitory floor. A small bunny hopped out from behind your legs, nose twitching cautiously. Theo blinked once.
Cara mia,
He said slowly.
why is there a rabbit in my room?
You smiled sheepishly.
She's my new pet.
The bunny paused in the middle of the room, tiny ears flicking nervously at the unfamiliar space. Theo immediately lowered his voice.
Hey, piccola.
He murmured gently, setting his book aside.
Shh, easy.
You watched, slightly betrayed, as the bunny ignored you entirely and hopped straight toward Theo instead. Theo looked genuinely surprised when it climbed carefully into his lap.
Well,
You muttered.
that's rude.
A faint smile appeared at the corner of Theo's mouth as he carefully stroked the bunny's fur with 2 fingers, slow and cautious like he was handling something precious. The bunny settled against his chest comfortably. Theo glanced up at you, still gently petting her.
I think she's decided I belong to her now.
You narrowed your eyes.
Excuse me? I'm her owner.
Theo's smile softened, small but devastating. He murmured, voice low and warm.
She's mine.
Tom paused the moment he entered the common room. A black raven sat perched neatly on the back of your chair, glossy feathers smooth as silk. Its dark eyes followed him immediately. Tom set his book down slowly.
Explain.
You smiled far too calmly.
This is my new pet.
The raven tilted its head, studying Tom with unsettling focus.
It looks intelligent.
Tom said carefully.
It is.
As if proving your point, the raven suddenly swooped down from the chair and landed directly on Tom's shoulder. Tom went perfectly still as the bird leaned forward, tugging gently at one of his silver rings with its beak.
Bold.
He murmured, voice quiet, almost intrigued. The raven made a soft clicking sound, entirely unafraid. Instead of pushing it away, Tom slowly lifted his hand, let the bird step onto his wrist. You blinked.
That was fast.
Tom glanced at the raven calmly.
It recognizes superiority.
The bird immediately stole a button from his sleeve. You burst into laughter. Tom sighed softly, though the faintest glimmer of amusement flickered in his eyes.
I may have spoken too soon.